This right here is the all-new Yeti 27-liter Bozeman backpack, and it just got released back in like late November, and I'm so happy to get my hands on this one to just use it because it's a pretty good-looking backpack. Now, in this video, I'm gonna be telling you what I didn't like about the bag, what I do love about the bag, and hopefully by the end of it, it'll help you decide whether this backpack is gonna be right for you or not. Full disclosure, I did purchase this backpack by myself, so no one has asked me to make this video. It's just pretty much on my own accord. And for those of you who do not know, but Yeti actually purchased Mystery Ranch, who's a backpack manufacturer, back in January 2024. And so that's why when you look at this backpack and you compare it versus the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault backpack or the 26-liter Catalyst everyday backpack, it's actually very, very similar. And that's actually kind of like the hybrid between those two backpacks. So that's what this backpack is. And the other kind of intriguing part is that, well, not intriguing, but like if you do want to see me do a full comparison between those two backpacks, which is the 2-day assault backpack as well as the Catalyst, and tell you which one's gonna be better and all the differences and all that kind of stuff, stay tuned because in the next week or so, I will be posting that comparison video, so make sure you do subscribe. I will also be comparing this backpack versus my kind of current favorite everyday carry travel everything backpack, which is the Eberlestock Switchblade. So this is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of all the backpacks because I really love this one. It kind of does everything I need it to do almost. And I'm gonna kind of compare it right up against this Yeti Bozeman. For those of you guys who do not know who I am, I'm Desy Cheng, and I post 1 to 2 videos per week, and I primarily focus on bags and gear related to travel, EDC everyday carry, as well as photography. First, jumping off into some basic information, it retails for about $275 US. In terms of size, it's 27 liters, and in terms of weight, it is 1.6 kilograms. Okay, so first thing that we're going to start off with is what I didn't like about this bag. So the first thing that you'll notice is that it is quite curved. It's got a big bow to it. And I found that, like, yeah, I mean, sure, it was meant to kind of mold against your back, but because it's kind of a stiff and curved, it doesn't really mold to everyone's kind of back. And I find that the bottom part kind of sticks into my lower back, which I find a little bit uncomfortable. It's not, very uncomfortable. I just found that, it's not as comfortable as some of the other backpacks that I've tested. So I wish that, maybe instead of having it super bowed, maybe just like take it down like by 50%, have a little bit bowed, and that would have been much better. The next thing that I didn't like so much about this backpack is because it is so bowed, it tends to lean forward. So yes, it does have a nice flat base, and for the most part, it does stand on its own. I would say it stands on its own maybe 90% of the time, but sometimes it is fun forward. So if you just knock it gently, it does have a tendency to kind of just fall forward. But because of that flat base, it kind of keeps it mostly in place. But you do have to kind of set it. You can't just kind of drop it and expect it. You kind of have to set it in on the ground and then just kind of walk away. Change that bow, and then you would fix two things. You'd fix just that lower lumbar area hitting your back so much, and then also it'd just be standing up a little bit more upright. The next thing I didn't like was that I do love these water bottle pockets, which I'll get into when I talk about the likes. The negative part about that is that it does kind of go into the interior of the backpack, so it eats up space. Now, the only way to prevent that would be if you had something, if you load out your internals, the stuff on the inside first, that way it will be nice and out, and then you load in your water bottle pockets, and then it will kind of stretch it forward. But just how the way it is, it just kind of, as you can tell just right here, it eats up in the internal space. And so I'm going to actually open up this bag, which I'll open up this way actually, and you can see that when I have stuff in there, you would expect to have like one big gigantic kind of like, big space, but no, it's kind of like in here, and so you really don't have like space kind of on the inside of the bag. So the next kind of negative or thing I disliked was that they do have these kind of two big stash pockets, which are meant for water bottles or anything kind of larger. I mean, right here I just have kind of one large selfie stick, which is nice and easy to get into. However, the negative downfall about this is that I wish I had an elastic to keep things in, because when I find that when I, put the backpack like this, and sometimes if you're in a car or something like that, like the backpack might just kind of go up just a little bit, and I found that my contents from the inside of those big large pockets would just kind of spill out into just like the main area of the bag. So, but if they had like little compression straps, or not even compression straps, but just little elastics, just to kind of keep things a little bit more squished in there, that would have been much better. The next thing I didn't really like about this backpack was the lack of external quick access pockets. There's only two, so kind of like there is the laptop pocket, which I'm not really going to count because that's mainly just for a laptop. But there are only two quick access pockets. Is this one right here, which is meant for only thinner items. So like, for example, if you just had wet wipes, stuff like that, thin items can go in there. Now they do have a larger stash pocket right here. I have some, wet wipes and other things, but there's no other internal organization. So like if I did fill this up with another admin pouch or something like that, I don't have room for my wet wipes. I wouldn't have room for, a bunch of granola bars or things I wanted quick access to. And this is just kind of like one big open space, which is fine, but it would have been good. Like, hey, if I wanted to have like food in one area and like other hard goods or something like that in another area, that would have been good. I mean, just comparing versus like, for example, the Everly stock, you have aside from, they also have a big, large top compartment with administrative organization, but they also have 3 other external pockets which you can either grab like wet wipes or napkins or bags or or even granola bars you can stash into, just to kind of keep things organized. But really the only external pocket you guys have is that one right there, and I wish there was just at least one more. So this is just a minor detail that I didn't like, but these load lifter straps, I mean, I like that they have them, but they just kind of dangle, and they're just kind of like, they're always just kind of randomly just kind of flopping around. I wish there was just a better management system. So yes, I know that there is a little elastic area right here that you can just kind of have it tucked in here, but that still doesn't 100% solve the problem, because then it kind of just sways off into here, and it's just kind of, I feel like this is just a little bit messy. One small thing to note is that the top grab handle is kind of short and it's very tight. So when you are stretching it onto a door hook or something like that, it's not the easiest to hang on to something. You do have to kind of stretch it out. So the next thing I didn't like about this backpack was just that there was no internal organization, like pen pockets, small little internal zippers for small things. I mean, sorry, there is internal zipper pockets, which I'll kind of get into later on, but there's just for like regular standard things like business cards, pens, things like that. There really isn't very much internal organization. And the final thing that I didn't like about the bag, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal because I actually like it, but is the color. So advertised, if you look on the website, this is supposed to be a camp green color, and yeah, in terms of depending on the light, it might be a green, but for the most part in daytime, it looks like a gray backpack. And so I was actually confused when you actually go into the website on for the photos, it looks like more of a green backpack, but then when you watch their kind of promo video and you have this person walking around, it looks like a gray backpack, and you're like, oh, that's just a different color. But no, it's actually the camp green one, because I have right now, and I don't know, it depends on how this video editing turns out, but it could be green, could be gray, but it's pretty much 90% gray. I just felt that they could have done a better job, just kind of maybe instead of calling it camp green, maybe just call it like light gray or something like that. But yeah, that's just my own personal thoughts. So now we're going to get into all of the features that I do love about the bag, and also kind of do a pack out showing you what I have in here. So the first feature I really like about this backpack is that it does have a nice kind of flat, hard, rugged bottom, so that for most of the times it does not this time, but most of the times it will stand up on its own. And I know compared to the other Mystery Ranch backpacks, they don't stand on its own. This one does 80 to 90% of the time. I absolutely love that feature. The other feature that I do love are these water bottle pockets. So these are much larger than their previous Mystery Ranch bags. But yeah, it's just got this kind of stretchy material right here. And they're really, really large. Like this is a 1 liter Yeti water bottle. And it fits there, no issues. It's got a compression strap, which you can kind of cinch it up even more. And it's dual-sided, so I can carry my kid's water bottle here. There's also another small little Yeti water bottle, and it fits in there. And I really, really I really like the water bottle pockets. I feel like this, out of compared to the other Mystery Ranch backpacks, this one has the best water bottle pockets. But it's not 100% the best, just because it does kind of eat into that kind of internal space. I just wish that maybe these pockets were just maybe a little bit more stretching, a little bit more outwards. I know it won't look as nice, but I feel like then you'd kind of gain a little bit more space on the interior. What else can I tell you? So right here, right here we have a nice little Velcro pouch. So it does standard come with the Yeti, but it also does come with this other kind of Yeti pouch. You can choose to use this or just kind of use the standard Yeti logo. Completely up to you. We're going to talk about the exterior first before we dive into the interior, but it does have these compression straps, which are actually removable, which are great, because if you decided not to use them, you can just essentially unclip it here and you don't need to use them. So that's one less thing to unbuckle when you're opening up the bag. What else? Let's look at the top here. Now at the top, I kind of showed you what I had here. Oh yeah, also these zipper pulls are very, very nice and easy to grab. But this top one is meant for thinner, smaller items. So in here, I have a pack of wet wipes. I got a pack of tissues. I have some just even more tissues. My kids get really dirty all the time, so that's why I have that up there. And that's essentially it. Now moving along to this kind of back zipper, it is a little bit larger. And this is great because I have, a pack of wet wipes. I can't fit the full large wet wipes, but this is probably maybe 25%. And then what else I got here? Oh, I got a little Starbucks gift card I was going to give away to someone. I got some plastic bags in case my kids have tons of garbage. What else? I got a DJI action camera as well as a pen. And I have a pack of Band-Aids for my kids. And what else do I have in here? Oh, I got a few other things. Got some Asian drinking pills. I got some a Sharpie, and yeah, that's just pretty much it. And it does have one long key leash, which is nice. Now let's move on. So looking at this kind of grab handle, I feel like if you have small to medium hands, this is fine. It's sufficient. It's beefy. It does have a little bit of a sharp edge to it, so it's not the most comfortable grab handle. But I do like that it's it's large enough. But if you did have larger hands, you might not like this grab handle because it might be a little bit too small, because this is kind of like perfect for me, but again, I do not have large hands. So yeah, just wanted to kind of let you know that. The one on the Eberly stock Switchblade though is amazing. So, or even the Osprey Tropos or Osprey Parsec, those ones have amazing grab handles. Anyways, let's look at the strap right here. Oh, the strap and the harness, it is adjustable with different levels. You just got to kind of put your hand in. It's not the easiest because you got to put your hand in here and undo the Velcro, and it's going to scratch your hand, which kind of sucks. Oh yeah, I did kind of scratch my hand right here. You can't really see, but can you? Let's see. There we go. I scratched my hand. It hurt. But yeah, so you put it in there and then you can kind of just undo the Velcro and you can adjust it higher or lower. You do have some, load lifters, which I talked about earlier on. And right here, you have an adjustable sternum strap, which is nice. And it does have a little horizontal strip right here. So in case you want to hang your sunglasses or something, or a pouch, you got that one option right there. Moving along right here, I do not have it attached, but it does come with a small kind of waistband, waist belt kind of thing like that. So you choose to use it or not. I choose to not use it. And what else? Yeah. So overall, I mean, it's comfortable-ish. I mean, like it's got some nice wide, thick straps, but I just find that like this area right here doesn't really touch my back because it kind of bows. So these are my shoulders. It bows and creates a space, and then this thing's just kind of like digging into my lower back. And then right over here, we do have a hydration port, which I'll kind of show you inside. So if you did have your hydration bladder on the inside of the bag, you can feed that kind of tube out here, loop it down over the strap, and then boom, you got your little hydration area. And then on this one side, you do have a laptop, quick access laptop sleeve kind of thing, which also you can access from the main compartment. I just have an IKEA kind of tote bag here because sometimes if I'm out with my kids and I just gotta like carry all of their jackets and stuff like that, I'll just throw it into this tote bag and just kind of carry it in addition. So yeah, and the other question is, I know it bows, and when you put a laptop in there, does that affect it? Surprisingly, it doesn't affect it too much. So no, your laptop's not gonna get bowed or anything like that. So yeah, yeah, it's not a bad feature. What else can I talk about? That's, oh yeah, and at the very top right here, you do have some kind of a couple loops or grab tabs. So I just put a carabiner in here, and that's really going to help with you kind of opening and closing that top zipper. So let's kind of move on over to the front and tell you other things, and I'll do kind of pack out of the main compartment. So the one thing I really like about this Yeti backpack is that it's quick access. So if I have stuff, put it to the top and the different layers. If I want to access stuff from the bottom, it's very easy because you just got to grab that one zipper and you can kind of open it and kind of grab the stuff in here. So see what I'm talking about like earlier? Like this thing has kind of fallen out of this pocket, this kind of thing, but whatever. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so you're going to kind of zip that up. Now this kind of top lid grab tab, it's meant that you're supposed to kind of grab it right here and just kind of rip it open. So you could do that, but what I found was actually even faster was that, let's zip it back up, was just you just kind of grab both zippers and you just kind of go like that, and that's much faster than you grabbing it and opening it up. Now when we are looking into the main compartment right here, at the very back there is just kind of like a little cord here so you can hang your hydration bladder. This is that laptop area, which it fits up to a 16-inch laptop, and it is padded on this side as well as this side, and so you can put a tablet in this front sleeve or documents or anything like that. Looking off onto these kind of sleeves or areas, there's two large zippered pockets. So in this one large zippered pocket, I just have a flashlight. I got some coins for a claw machine for my kids. I got a Leatherman. So yeah, that's kind of this one area, one big stash pocket. And I really do like this stash pocket because if you did have this kind of like, you know, sitting beside you, you're sitting at a desk or something, and this is on the ground, you can just kind of pop this lid open and you can just kind of quickly access these two pockets. On this pocket right here, I just have kind of my laptop stuff. So I got my iPhone cables. I have a little thing that plugs into the wall. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now let's kind of unzip and show you kind of how it looks from this side. So in here, now you got those two big large water bottle pockets, and in here I just have this hand warmer right now. Right now it's winter time, so it gets a little bit cold. And I have also, this is just a power bank for me to plug in, and that's pretty much it in terms of this area. And on this side, I just have this kind of selfie stick tripod thing, which got a little MagSafe. I really like this. I'll talk about this another time. But yeah, and then otherwise, you just have this kind of main compartment area. Right here, I just have my camera and this kind of little baggie. Oh, what else do I have here? Oh, I got some cookies and some snacks for my kids. But yeah, so this is kind of what, oh, and I also have a tote bag. So this is kind of what that bag looks like when it is fully opened up. I really like this kind of organization. I don't mind it, but I just kind of wish that these two had elastics on it, just to kind of really cinch up those items and make sure that those things did not fall out. So let's wrap this video up. You're wondering if you should buy this backpack or not. You know, if it is a Yeti backpack, so you are paying a premium for that brand name. But despite that, I do find that you are getting quality, premium quality materials because, you know, it's designed by Mystery Ranch as well as Yeti. So it is a pretty good, versatile, good looking backpack. And is it the best backpack on the market? I mean, that's arguable because everyone has their own personal preferences and what they want. I think it's a home run in terms of, you know, what they've designed it to be. And I really like this bag. So anyways, if you did enjoy this review, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.